dawn bleeds through the blinds in cold gray strips. Vance stands at the window, watching the fog roll off the river like a shroud being pulled over a corpse. Chief Holloway, the man who runs the docks after dark, will sit across from him in 3 hours, smiling, asking questions. The game has rules now, and Vance intends to learn every single one. The handshake comes at precisely 9 o'clock. Chief Holloway's grip is firm, his smile practiced to perfection. "Agent Vance, I trust you slept well?" The lobby smells of fresh coffee and furniture polish. Every officer watches from the corners of their eyes. Vance returns the smile. "Like the dead," he says. Something flickers behind the chief's eyes. "Just for a moment." Holloway insists on a tour. "Let me show you what a clean city looks like, Agent." The sedan rolls past shuttered saloons and quiet storefronts. Flower boxes line the windows, red geraniums here, white carnations there. A code, Vance realizes. The whole city speaking in a language he doesn't yet understand. They're watching him watch them. The silver slipper rises from the street like a gilded lie. Brass fixtures gleam. A doorman in white gloves holds the entrance wide. "Our finest tea room," Holloway announces. "Respectable as Sunday morning." The sign above promises refreshments and fine dining. What it doesn't mention is the jazz bleeding faintly through the walls. Too loud, too alive for any tea room Vance has ever known. The front room performs its role beautifully. Elderly women sip from porcelain cups. A string quartet plays something forgettable. But Vance catches it. The velvet curtains at the back, parting for a waiter carrying an empty tray. Beyond them, amber light, laughter, the unmistakable clink of cocktail glasses. Holloway watches him watching. "Something catch your eye, Agent?" A wrong turn, that's what he'll call it later. The hallway behind the velvet smells of gin and possibility. Through a cracked door, Vance glimpses the truth. A fully stocked bar, men in evening wear at 4 in the afternoon. A jazz band warming up. Then a hand on his arm. A woman's voice, barely a whisper. "You need to leave, now." She's young, early 20s, dressed in the black and silver uniform of a cigarette girl. Her eyes hold something Vance hasn't seen in Meridian, fear that isn't directed at him. She presses something into his palm, a matchbook. Before he can speak, a thick hand clamps her shoulder. "Eleanor, you're needed at table 6. She's pulled away without another word. The matchbook burns against his skin. Night transforms Meridian into a city of shadows and signals. Vance moves through fog thick enough to taste, following the address from the matchbook. A chalk mark on a lamppost, triangle pointing left. A radio playing through an open window, the same melody repeating. The city is talking. He just can't hear what it's saying yet. The building groans with age and secrets. Vance climbs 4 flights, each step echoing in the hollow dark. Apartment 4C. He knocks twice, waits. A lock turns, then another, then a chain. The door opens 3 inches and Eleanor Marsh's eye appears in the gap. "You came," she breathes. "I wasn't sure you would." The apartment is barely larger than a cell. Newspaper covers the windows. Eleanor bolts the door behind him, her hands shaking. "My brother," she says, "was Agent Thomas Marsh. Bureau sent him here 8 months ago." She pauses. "He wrote me every week. Then the letters stopped. The Bureau says he transferred. But I know, Agent Vance. I know what this city does to people who ask questions." Eleanor kneels beside a loose floorboard, prying it up with practiced fingers. Beneath it, a leather case, worn at the edges. Thomas hid this before he vanished. His case file, everything he learned about Meridian. She places it in Vance's hands like it weighs more than leather and paper. "He found them," she whispers. "The commission, all 12 of them." Vance opens the file. 12 photographs, 12 members of the commission, the men who run Meridian's empire of whiskey and silence. But where their faces should be, nothing. Burned away, scorched into anonymity. Someone found this file before Thomas vanished. Someone wanted these men to stay ghosts. Eleanor's voice comes from very far away. "Now you know what you're dealing with."